Well, howdy, y'all, and welcome to Lazy May's Country Kitchen.
Hi guys, I'm going to show you a thing that I do with my Instapot that a lot of people thinks or believes it's a hard thing to do, but it's not. We are going to be making some sausage gravy in the Instapot. This is our homegrown sausage, so that's why it looks different. We're just going to put it in there. Oh, and I've got it setting on sear. Mine's not an Instapot, it's a fiberware. So I've got it setting for sear. So we put it in there and let it sizzle. Let me get the meat washed off my hands. Okay, all I'm going to do is chop this up and let it continue to sizzle and fry. Now sometimes I take and make patties out of part of this. Sometimes I use it all in sausage gravy, so it's whatever you want to do. But a lot of times I like eating leftover gravy, so I'll go ahead and fix the bunch and I'll warm it up the next morning. And we're actually having it for supper, as you can tell. Alrighty guys, I'm going to get this fried because all you do is just brown this like you normally would, and then I'll bring you back whenever this is browned. Okay guys, as you can tell, it's brown. It's done. Now, you can do the salt and pepper the way you want to do it. I always go ahead and add some. So I just do some salt. Do a little bit of pepper. If you add too much, it gets a little warm. Now, on the flour, it depends on how much you're making. If it's just like, it just depends on how much you're making. I usually do about 3 tablespoons in here. 2, 3, maybe 3.5. Because like I said, I'm going to make her out smart. Because I wind up making about a half a thing. Just a little less than half. But you stir your salt, pepper, and your flour up. Let it get a little brown. Now, you can use regular milk, but I don't have any. So instead of using regular milk, I'm going to be using some evaporated milk. But after you get all of your flour mixed up into your sausage real good, you can let it set and brown or whatever, but I usually, after I get it mixed up good, I go ahead and get my stuff in. And we're actually in a hurry tonight. So, there's my little breather hole. There's my good hole. And I pour my evaporated milk in, the whole can, and then you're going to add, I usually fill this up at least 3 times with water. Sorry, my water's a little funky right now. It likes to make racket and talk to me. Get it full. Dump it. See, it quits. I don't know what's up with it, but it likes causing me trauma. There's 2. And there is 3. La, 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 la. Alrighty, now the only thing you're going to do is just stir. And we'll let it warm up. You don't have to watch. The reason I like making it in here in the Instapot is you don't have to watch it as close in this Instapot as you do on the stove. You don't have to stand and stir and stir and stir and stir and worry about it getting burnt. So if you have an Instapot or a fiberware pot that's like an Instapot, whatever, this is the way to go. And I just get it mixed up and I'm going to let it set and heat, and I'll bring you back in just a few minutes. Okay. As you can see, it's starting to steam. And there's nothing sticking to the bottom. And I've not stirred this but one time because I actually forgot to put my biscuits in the oven. I forgot. So that was why I stopped a second ago. Because we're in a hurry and I'm not making homemade biscuits, so I got me some frozen Walmart buttermilk biscuits that comes in a bag. And I use them from time to time, and that's what I use tonight because, like I said, we're in a hurry. But as you can do, there was a big lump of sausage. But I always, as it's thickening, I'll go through here and I'll press, because your flour will cause even the little lumps of sausage to stick together. The flour will just combine them. So see, like that piece. So I always just mash it apart. And then you got lump-free gravy. But this makes the prettiest gravy in here. I mean, I used to fry it, and a lot of times I'd have motorcycle gravy. Wouldn't I, Glenn?
Well, I wasn't going to say nothing. Sometimes it's so thick you can't get it off the fork.
But since I've been making it in the Instapot, honestly, it's been some pretty gravy, has it not?
Hey.
Watch it be not this time.
Yeah, you mess up this time, you're bragging.
Well, I'm not bragging. I'm just letting them know that Instapot. See, it's starting to thicken. And you want it to come to a good boil. And your sear setting, or my sear setting on this one has a 30-minute timer. And I actually turned it on and let it started heating up before I put my sausage in. I don't do it for long, but I do turn it on, or did today, and let it heat up, so it wasn't a full 30 minutes. But there's 10 minutes left. Usually in about 15 to 20 minutes you can have some good, thick, pretty gravy. Some good old country cream sausage gravy. And it's getting good and thick now. It's thickening up even more. There's another lump, or cluster of sausage. It ain't a lump. Because that's the best thing about this. With this, doing it in here, you're not as prone to getting lumps. I don't know what it is. If it's the slow cooking of it, I don't know what it is, but you're not prone to get lumpy gravy. I mean, I do now because I got sausage in it, but just regular gravy, it's not lumpy at all. But it should start bubbling, and I'm going to let it heat up just a little bit more. See it bubbling? And I probably had it on 5 minutes before I put the sausage in. But even after I get us a plate out, I'll cut it off and let it sit there on warm, and I'll put the lid on it, and it'll thicken up even more if you was to happen to make runny gravy. If you let the lid sit on it, on the warm thing, it's always. But see, as you can tell, this is getting to be some good consistency for gravy, for good cream gravy. And as a matter of fact, I think we're there. See how my spoon's coated and how it just slowly drips? See how it slowly drips off the spoon? That's the consistency that you want. So your cream gravy is done. And that's all you gotta do to make good old cream gravy. Sausage cream gravy. But see that? Ain't that pretty? And it will thicken up a little bit because we're going to have to wait on the biscuits. So I'm cutting it off. And we done. I'm going to put the lid on it while the biscuits are finishing up. But that's how you make some good sausage cream gravy. Thank you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.